The pageantry of college football on full display tonight as we've got drones with a red and white light show to get the black shirt faithful ready to go. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the New Mexico Lobos, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Lobos will put toe to leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Nebraska's offense will come out first. Jesse, we don't get many of these types of runners anymore, it seems, but this offense is built around a guy who can carry the ball 30, 40 times if they need it.
And he is every defensive coordinator's nightmare because it's only a matter of time with this guy before he's going to break the long one. He has incredible vision. He can cut, and it's the game-breaking speed, David, that makes him truly unique.
Yeah, and he sets the tone, man. More guys are going to be committed to stopping him in the run game. It sets the tone for the offense. It opens up everything else. It starts and ends with him.
He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. Back to pass, it's Raiola. Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Huskers with the 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Cornhuskers are on the move. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Huskers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Quarterback on the keeper. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. The short hands, it's Barney. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
You get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal. You knock it through the uprights. You've got the lead. Everything right now looking good.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So New Mexico's offense will try to get something going with their 1st possession. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. The Lobos will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll start this drive from the 42. It's a draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They try to go draw, but there's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
With the catch, it's Johnson. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Huskers will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Caught behind the line. It's Buckley. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Lobos will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Looking downfield, it's Raiola. Unleashes one. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll give it to the back. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. The Cornhuskers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Miller. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Running back searching for a hole. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught near the sticks. It's McKinney. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Looking downfield on first down. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Lobos have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They've got the screen set up. Turning it on. Oh, what a cut. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Lobos pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The lone back's got it. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Lobos really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. This is now a 7-point game.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. To the air, it's Raiola. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll go right back to him. He has the first and still on his feet. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, they're able to catch the defense off guard. They're obviously thinking past. This back is dangerous on first down, 2nd, and 3rd. And he shows you the vision and shows you the speed. I just love how decisive he is. He's getting north right away.
And 3rd down and long, man, everything in you knows it's a pass. Surely they're not going to run the football. But I think what you said is important, having a guy like this that can chew up yards so quickly. Because I'm thinking just make the tackle. No big deal. Force the 4th down. And, man, what a nice play by the running back.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Fires to the right. Got the quick pass. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Hunter. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Bonner. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 25. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, New Mexico. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, you want to make big plays in the passing game, and to do that, you got to be able to read the defense, see what they're doing to make sure you don't put the ball in harm's way. You could see he drops back, got really good comfort level with what he's seeing. He knows he's going to fit that post over the linebackers in between the safety. Ball is on the money, and they're rewarded with a touchdown.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Rushes on him. Snags it down the right side. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Go straight ahead. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's one.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskers! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
From the gun, running back on the move. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And the Lobos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Bankston. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. The Lobos will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Raiola. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's the handoff. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
The inside handoff. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it.
Lost one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Cornhuskers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. The give to the left side. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Takes the handoff. It's Bankston. And he didn't find a whole lot of running room, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give as they work on that clock. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if he's going to run it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll try to get it in with the run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Wants to fire on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Open spaces. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos!
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
Now, I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.